This is it. This is the show. I am live now. This is Delta Tango Mike. Thank you all for joining us, because we got some cool people in the Discord. And tonight it's going to be Tom Laroc and DTM. We're going to kind of battle a little bit, huh? How about that? It could be like a battle. Get on the stage, get on the ring. Well, we are on the live stream. And once again, I am Delta Tango Mike. Tonight we're going to talk about NFT for illustrators, what we know today to get started, or stay away. Stay away. You heard that? Stay away. Get away. Move from this thing. And so we're going to have a great discussion where we talk about the pros and cons on either side. And then we're going to take you through some of the processes, or a process that I know I'm going to try, and I'm open to it. Everything that you hear today is for educational purposes only. Please take the time to do your own research, ask your own questions, and come up with a plan that works for you. NFTs, the way I understand it, and we'll go more into detail, is another marketplace available for artists. But just like any other marketplace, there are costs involved, there are steps involved, and it's not just financial costs. It is also knowledge, information costs, time costs, and you're going to have to invest to understand the true costs for your process. So please, please, please take the time to watch this whole video, listen to everything that we're going to talk about, but also understand that at the end of tonight, at the conclusion of tonight, it is basically me and what I'm going to do. And everything we agree to, Tom and I, is because I'm going to do something. Not because we're telling you to do anything. This is not an instructional video to tell you what to do. It is an instructional video to show you what I am going to do. DTM, Delta Tango Mike. This is my art career. This is my art. This is my story. And we want you to learn from that. All right? So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the next screen where I have a cool picture of Tom. Welcome, Tom. How you doing, bro? Yes, sir. We sent the internet all the way down to Miami to come and bring you all the way back to Atlanta and then show you off to the world, even if it's a picture of yourself. Nice, nice. Yeah, that's it, huh? That's how it works. Or what is? What did I do? What? Oh, the picture.
Is that how you apply that rule? Is that how you apply that? Tell me, because I did not know. Yes, so there we go. We got Tom in the house. And anybody who wants to get in the conversation, there will be a time and place for it. And we do have some people already in the Discord hanging out. We have Motor Void, we have Los, and Bree is in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome on the chat on Behance. Let me get some of these screens out the way. They can they're on Discord. Yeah, once they're inside the Discord voice channel, there's windows with our pictures, and one of those windows is the video of what's happening right now. Yeah. Hey, Christine in the house. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Give a shout out to everybody already joining us on. Oh, you can't hear Tom, huh? Oh, I'm sorry. There you go. There it is. There. Sorry about that. I'm glad somebody said something. Golden Rose says something. What up, though? Says Golden Rose. Odari in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so now, Tom, please tell us who you are and where you joining us from, because nobody heard what you said. Hmm. Okay, hold on. I think that my audio is still busted. Hold on. Sorry. How about now? Say something, Tom.
Microphone check.
Oh, there it is. Oh my God, I'm sorry. That was a good intro. You guys missed out. That's my fault. That's my bad. My bad, y'all. I messed that up, and I did not mean to throw Tom under the bus for the audio. See, you gotta remind me, and anybody should do this. Is check your audio. Oh my God. All right, so go ahead. So Tom is joining us from Miami. We've been doing some research. What kind of research are we doing, and why?
There's so much hype on this, bringing your art to the digital world in the crypto market by creating NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, which we'll get into the definition of. And everybody's hearing the keyword NFT all over the internet for the past couple of weeks. So we want to kind of round up our notes on what we kind of know so far, and we want to kind of summarize and kind of at least give some basic information on what we found, and try to use that to help people kind of at least get an introduction in the proper way.
Okay, cool. So again, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to have 4 different sections in today's live stream. It's going to be short. We're going to jump right into it. We hope that you pay attention. And if you have questions, please drop it into the chat. Leave a comment or reach out and connect with us through the Discord. We're going to be on the Discord. We're starting to share some of the things that we know and share how we're willing to take a step into that direction for ourselves, for my personal self. So this is the lessons that we're learning for ourselves, and we're taking these steps so that we can learn something from it, and hopefully you learn something from it, and then you have more information that you can then add it all together in your head and figure out what you want to do. Go ahead. Was that something there? Was it somebody? No? Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so here are the 4 parts that we're going to talk about today, and outline them so that I don't have to remember them, because there's a lot. So number 1.
And the drawing you have, before you begin, may I just ask, can you give some provenance to the drawing you have up there and where she comes from?
Yes, so this drawing here is her name is Penny. Is a character that I created for this big project that's taken me many, many years to move slowly through. It is a comic book and mobile game character. She is a so in this world it's called art. In this world that we call art life, there are artists who are superstars. The artists are the superstars, the visual design illustrators, and they compete in yearly, quarterly competitions, kind of like the Olympics. And so this is our latest champion, Penny, and she is a lifelong artist who likes to create and bring joy to the world. In her art career, she has built a reputation for being super smart, super talented, and her philanthropic, is that the word? Philanthropy? Her philanthropy, I don't know if that's the right word. Anyways, for helping and raising awareness into giving young kids, young children, the chances to develop their creative self. So no, doesn't matter the medium, doesn't matter the style. It's all about creativity. So in this world, we celebrate creativity. That's what the art life is all about. So she is the current champion, and she is wearing a mix of Azteca Moderno and Cyberpunk, something that I put together and as part of my personal art. So at this moment, this character is at the intersection of my creative exploration and my personal work, which is a theme that I call Azteca Moderno, modern Aztec. And if you know anything about me and you heard my story yesterday, then you'll know that I'm Mexican. My parents are from Mexico. I was born in LA. I'm very much culturally connected to the history of Mexico and the past, in the mythologies, in the histories, in the stories, and I bring that with a modern twist, and that's why I call it Azteca Moderno. So all of that is here together. I streamed this live a couple weeks ago, and I did this drawing. It started as a sketch. This particular post started as a sketch. I have many more drawings with this character that have to do with the story, but I did a particular drawing with this pose, and it was in pencil, and I have it in my bedroom hanging up on the wall, and it's really small. It's really this little, and so I took a picture of that sketch, brought it into Fresco, and then I did the digital illustration. Once I got finished with Fresco, I brought it into Adobe Illustrator, which we are now, and I started to add some of these highlights and gradients and colorizations that were not there when I first did the drawing. And tonight I'm going to finish this piece and add a background, find a way to add some effects so that it has this finished look that we're going to use the final output tonight to while we talk about this NFT. How's that?
So why are you so skeptical on NFTs, Dan?
All right, there we go. Here we go. Let's get started. All right, so my wife told me to not say the word scam, so I won't say it. But listen. The moment that I started to hear about this NFT stuff,
yeah. What was your first thing that you thought, or your first thing?
All right, my first thing was, oh no, here we go again, another game to play, another game to get artists involved into spending money. And unfortunately, there's in my experience, I've had the experience of being involved with going through lots of hoops and what is it that the people who run and they jump over those bars when they're running, whatever. I've had to do a whole lot of things to get myself to a professional level as a creative, as an artist. And we will define what NFT stands for. And I should have spelled it out in here. And we will talk about that in a second. But as soon as I heard about it, and then with the context of art and cryptocurrency, I said, here we go. There's cryptocurrency has been a thing that people have speculated for years now. There's been a gold rush towards it, and they're running out of customers. They ran out of customers, and this is what I see when it comes to music industry conferences, because I've been there. All kinds of careers and industries conferences, like the startups conferences, I've been there. I want to say like art and animation conferences where these places sell you on the dream, and going to music. Tom, I've been to these places and these conferences where they're like, oh, there's so and so producers are gonna be on stage talking to you, and you can meet them and sell them your project. There's meetings and going on all day. I think it's called like speed dating and so on. And so tons of people, hopeful people who have talent and skills, but they don't have the means to connect with the movers and the shakers and the deal makers. They come and they show up and they spend hundreds of dollars. Of course, we have not done this in a year and a half because of the pandemic and all, but they spend hundreds of dollars for a ticket into these places so they can meet these producers, distributors, etc., and hand them their demo. And at the end of the day, the only people who benefited are the hotel and the convention centers who book these places. The only people who benefit are the promoters who put together this event, and the vendors who might have made money off of the people who showed up. Everyone is spending money, and this is some of the same things that happens in the galleries. Galleries, depending on the gallery that you're dealing with, they take half your money on the sales. They may or may not have collectors. I was a curator. I was an art curator for a long time. And my whole purpose was to give non-fungible tokens, says Golden Rose. Thank you. Hurdles. That's correct, Golden Rose. I spent many years as a curator, and I spent a lot of my own personal money to put on these events. My wife spent her personal money out of these events. Sometimes I don't even know where she pulled the money from, and later on I found out it was from her 401k. And it made me mad because, like, we're putting on these events to give artists a space to show their work. We wanted to give emerging artists a place to bring in their work and showcase it and share it. But then at the end of the event, it turned into a big party. People came, people hung out. There was food, there was alcohol, there was all this entertainment, and art did not sell. And so then that helped me understand that I'm doing art for the good, but there's a business and a market for art that I don't know about, that I'm not bringing and connecting together. And to me, that is where the benefit to marketplaces come into play. And so there are galleries that will represent you, but only if your art fits their clientele, meaning they already have clients and collectors that are looking for this art. And so if a gallery does not accept your submissions, they don't want your work, that's because they don't have a client for that type of work. They have a specific number of clients and collectors who know what they like. And so this gallery's job is to continue to find new talent who has this type of artwork. And one of the things that's happened a lot with galleries and these other marketplaces is that it becomes a game. It becomes a game where only those who know somebody can get to somebody who has somebody with money, who will then buy some artwork. And it feels like we don't know enough of the game to get to those somebodies to then be able to sell our work at a price point that is going to benefit the artist. And a lot of times artists get taken advantage. You know who else takes advantage of artists? I'm going to tell you.
Who?
Art stores. And I'm not pointing fingers. There's a couple art stores, there's like 3 or 4 in Atlanta. And it's not their fault. I'm not saying those are bad people. But I am saying that a piece of canvas will cost you $100. You'll spend 200 hours painting on that canvas, and it will be hard to sell that canvas, that painting, at a price point that an artist can sustain themselves. It happens a lot. I've hung other art shows for other people. I've worked with other art exhibits, and I've hung their artwork. And these exhibits are in a warehouse where it's ugly and dirty, and it's hard to find parking and hard to get in there. And then people have to pay at the door to get in. They come all dressed up, and but they come to party and hang out, and the art becomes the backdrop. Nobody buys the art because they're not there to buy art. It's an art show, but it's really more of an event. There's music and there's alcohol and food. And so people come to party. It's a hangout. It's almost like the club. And I'm hanging artwork. I know the shows. I already know what the show's about. I'm working with the show to help them hang their work because I have lots of experience on that. And then artists drop off their work, and I'm like, okay, cool. I need the tag. I need to know how much, blah, blah, blah. They tell me $5,000. I'm like, what? Yeah, this painting is $5,000? But you know who's coming through the door, right? People who don't have $5,000. They're buying $1 beers. If these people had money, they wouldn't be hanging out partying here. And so your art is not going to sell for $5,000. But the artists put in a lot of time. They put in a lot of effort into this. And the canvas itself costs a lot of money. Canvas, paints, pencils, markers, all of that costs a lot of money. Art schools is another marketplace that takes advantage of artists. And what's happening is that they sell you this dream. These conferences, these events, these industries, they sell you the dream. These companies, I have a big Cintiq sitting right here in front of me. Look, there it is. All right. $3,000. They sell you the dream. They say, if you buy this, if you buy a ticket to this, if you buy this software, if you buy these art supplies, if you learn to paint like this, if you get an art degree, you can make money in this thing that you like. And that's the big pie in the sky, selling the dream. And at the end of the day, you realize it's all a game. There's a game involved. There's a game where it's about who you know, who's involved, who do you do favors for, what circles you run around.
All right, can I interrupt you there? Because let me tell you why. Let me just recap for how many people we have watching on Behance. How many people came through so far on Behance?
Two people came.
2 people. Okay, we're talking to the 2 people on Behance. We also have 10 in our Discord, so we're talking to 12. Okay, so I just want to recap what you said because I took one full page from top to bottom of notes based on what you're.
Okay.
I'm calling them gripes. Okay.
Yes, they're
and
gripes.
The reason I stopped you is because you have a whole page of gripes. But I stopped you because you went back to the top where you're saying it's all a game. Here we go again. So just to go over what you just said, to clarify, when you first started and heard of NFTs and crypto art, you were first thinking, here we go again. Oh, no, not another game. They're trying to trick us into spending money.
Yes.
We're going to have to jump through more hoops, and they're going to want us to do more things. Okay, right?
Yep, that's it.
And as far as cryptocurrency, when it first came out, you thought it was a lot of speculation. Everybody's rushing to the market. But if you actually looked at the price of cryptocurrency, that really happened. That gold rush you're talking about happened at the end of 2017 when everybody was texting each other, hey, do you have Bitcoin? Do you have Bitcoin? It's going up. It's going up. It's going up. So that's when the gold rush happened. But Bitcoin came out in 2012. You also said that you thought that maybe this was because crypto like Bitcoin, they need customers. They're out of customers.
That's right. They're out of customers. Yes.
Right? Okay. Yes.
Tech companies are doing that right now. Tech schools are doing that.
And to get you there, they're going to, quote unquote, sell you the dream, correct?
Yep, that's right. They're selling
Okay.
You the
and
dream.
Then now these next ones I noticed, starting from the beginning, what your gripes are, I think they're legit. Okay. And now what we're going to get to, I'm just going to recap the rest of the gripes you had, which I think are all your gripes based on the old way this was set up. And it's important to mention that NFTs are the best thing going forward that I could see, the way the artist has total freedom. And I'm going to point that out when I have my time.
Okay.
But here were your gripes about the old school way that I find.
Okay.
You're definitely frustrated.
Yep.
You would put your time and money, and the wife would spend her hard-earned savings to invest in artists,
yep,
to bring them to market.
Yep.
There was a lot of physicality. You had to set it up. There was days of planning. There's politics to it. Who you're going to do it with, who you're going to invite, where you're going to do it, right?
Right.
And you need to have the right connects to, quote unquote, get in the game. Mm-hmm. Artists are taking advantage of. Art stores are taking advantage of artists because the prices are just like astronomical for just something as simply as you said, like a canvas.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you have these art shows, the artwork has to be priced a certain position, and half the people you have in there are friends and family, and the art is off-priced for the audience that you're actually presenting it to. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like you did all the right steps, but now the audience is the wrong audience. Right. And that could lead to frustrations, mm-hmm, and being sold the dream. So that's what you kind of, just to recap, I just want to be clear.
Yep.
On those were your frustrations.
Those are some of my frustrations, correct.
And gripes.
Right. And just to cap it off, because then I'm going to cede the floor to Tom. Thank you, though, Tom, for jumping in, because I was starting to go off the rails there. Calm myself. That the part where I said the Nino customers, this is happening in a lot of industries, and it happened in the tech school field, and I teach at a tech school, so I'm not talking bad about people who pay me a check, but I am trying to open your eyes to how capitalism works. And Tamika said that's a game called capitalism. Is that it's a supply and demand, and when the demand slows down, we have to find create a new demand for the supply to continue to flow. As long as the supply continues to flow, somebody earns, somebody benefits. When the demand slows down, now you're gonna have to find a new sort of demand. And so here's the game with the tech companies and the tech schools. Everybody, for years, they were like, we need more coders, we need more coders, we need more coders. It is $15,000 to $25,000 to attend tech school for 12 weeks. Immersives, they call it. You go to school every day, and then at the end of those 12 weeks, you graduate, and some company will scoop you up because there's a big demand for coders and developers. Well, we went through that swing, and if you understand the culture behind tech bros, you will have noticed that those were all the tech bros going through that school. And then as time goes on, they're like, okay, we still need more coders and developers. The industry needs them right now. Google and Facebook is still hiring, and they need people. And so then you start seeing the changing of those people who go through those schools. And the opportunities now is not you need $25,000. Now it's like you need to qualify for credit, because the people who had $25,000 to invest in their career, they're done. You already got those. They're paid and they're gone. So now you're like, oh snap! I still need to make $25,000 a quarter. How do we do that? Okay, we provide credit. And so then you saw the big wave of people. So that you need that demand to keep flowing so you can make money. And so what you do when the demand slows down, you change the qualifications or the requirements, or you flip the game in a way where it's like new again. And so then the tech company now's got all this group of people. The last time that I was in a tech school before this whole thing craziness, and maybe months right before that, I walked in on a class. I saw what was happening. Actually, I saw a group of people hanging out together working. And they all had these bright blue laptops. There were MacBooks with the cover on them. And I was like, who gave away the MacBooks? I want a MacBook, and I'm just being funny, but I know a lot of people, so they accept me for being the clown that I am. And they're like, oh no, so we're part of this, I forgot the word. Anyways, And so we were given scholarships, and the company who paid for the scholarships provided the laptops. I'm like, dang, they don't ran out of customers. Like now they're just giving it away, and there is a big stink about it where you sign away a percentage of your check once you get a job and you hit a certain salary, and so now you're paying with credit that with your earnings that you're giving credit that you will pay for this education with some of the earnings that are possible in the future. So now these schools are taking a chance on you, saying, I hope this person graduates out of the 12 weeks, and then we will make our money on the back end. And Tamika says that can be applied to almost every industry. And that's how I see this Ethereum and Bitcoin. Is like we've reached a level where people who have $20,000 to pay for one Bitcoin, I don't know, $50,000, whatever the number is, we've run out of those people. So now we need to say, hey.
But wait. I just have to interject, because if you just pull up in front of you the Bitcoin price, look at the price of Bitcoin over the all-time.
Mm-hmm.
The demand is at an all-time, not low. It's the opposite of what you're thinking. It's at an all-time.
Right, but that's not why. But I'm going to tell you the why. I'm telling you the why, and I'm going to finish so that you can start. The reason why is because those who entered early, and I know a lot of those people because I looked at them like, you stupid. They entered early, and then it hit $20,000, and they're like, yeah, what about now? What about now? I'm like, okay, well, good for you, brother. That worked out. But so they made a huge chunk, and if those people
it's safe to say they might have some discretionary crypto funds to spend.
Right. Hold on. But that's the good thing. That's the good side. So right now, Bitcoin is at $55,000, $229.
I'm saying look at the chart, the actual chart,
and it goes up, right? It goes up, and in February,
it's at an all-time.
It hit February. It hit 57,000. Because I'm making a point, and listen to this. This is the point. The point is that there were some people early who made this big chunk of change, and now everybody else who was on the outside is like, oh, I want in on that game, but it's not gonna jump, and it may jump. It may take a long time to jump to 100,000. So if you jump in at 55, you're not gonna make the same $50,000 that the person who jumped in at $2 has made so far. But we're selling.
No, but if you double your money, if you're saying it's at 50K and in a year it's 100K, our parents would have jumped over backwards to see that you could double your money in a year when they used to put big chunks of money away for 20, 10, and 30 years.
But that's not
just
my
to
point.
Get.
Right.
But I'm saying that's the comparison.
Well, that
but
could be a comparison,
I'm sorry.
But that is not my point. My point is that we need new customers. And what the jump that you're seeing is new customers. The we is the Bitcoin, is the industry. Any industry you pick. Is the industry saying we need new customers. And so now they're enticing new customers with all these different games.
But Bitcoin's not a company. There's no marketing. There's no marketing team behind Bitcoin. There's no ads for Bitcoin. It's not a company that's marketed.
Well, okay.
It's a network, decentralized, that's run on many computers.
Yeah. That's like saying
but I'm just saying.
That's like people who say it's not an MLM. It's not an MLM. You know, MLMs are illegal. Yeah. You can call it whatever you want to call it. You can define it however you want.
No, that's a fact.
The point that I'm making,
the network is that's what the network is. And Bitcoin, nobody's wanted more to exchange their money more than this month for Bitcoin. It's the highest price it's ever been. So that deflates your argument that they need quote unquote. They is not even a they because it's a network.
Correct.
It's not a company.
Okay. So
it's not an industry.
I will give you that part. It's not a they, but it is but it's a new wave of customers. It's not the same people. And that's my point, that it's a game. They're just changing the game. Somebody's changing the game. Somebody's adding something new to something old to just continue the same capitalistic.
But the people that changed the game had us creators in mind.
Well, then that's where the positive and the plus side is going to come in. And you can then break that down however you want, because now I'm going to give you the floor so that you can have as much time as you want. Go.
So what I'm hearing is that more than half of your gripes are based on the old way of doing it. So let's kind of go through them one at a time.
As long as you have money involved, it's always the old way.
Okay, until today, when we can reveal to people now that you and I went through the step-by-step process to get a crypto wallet connected, which only took 5 minutes once we knew what to do. And once we had the crypto wallet, we could put our debit card in and put in $100 budget, say. And we also, I'll reveal now, with the piece that Dan is doing, we're going to actually post this for the first time in Dan's life and first time I've gone through the process in my life. And we are going to mint this artwork here as an NFT live on this live stream.
That's what we're going to do. Go ahead.
So,
hey, Tom, I'm sorry, real quick. What was the gas price for it? Do you know yet?
There's a couple. There's not one way to market with an NFT. There's more like, what are your goals of why you're selling your art? And is it one piece you're selling? Does it come in a set of 5? Is it a collection? And
there's
then
different gas prices for different
platforms,
for different solutions too. Which is what Tom is doing. Go ahead, Tom.
So what we found today is that we kind of play the role of the cynic and the skeptic. And we spoke to experts in the field. We were on Clubhouses. We had side conversations, side phone calls. And I really tried to present to Dan a well-rounded mix of people and their experience with NFTs. And what we came up with is that today on this stream, we don't have a lot of time, but with the time we have, we want to at least show the person who doesn't have any resources other than their digital art, who doesn't really have or know about this or that. We're going to show a simple way that you could bring your NFT to market that doesn't cost a penny, totally free. And you could have a piece of digital artwork on the internet tonight. There's steps you have to go through, and we're going to briefly outline them here in this first NFT live stream, Behance, DTM, Adobe live stream.
That is the last step. But the second step on tonight is for Tom to tell us, why should we even do this? Why is it so great? What is the point? Why? And those are my gripes, and you can call them old school gripes or gripes that have been around a long time ago. Are they capitalism? Is it a new opportunity? You can call it whatever you want, but that is the thing that comes to my mind when I saw this whole NFT, and I've seen it before in many other industries and other areas where the game has been there all along, and now they switch it and add something else. And then here comes another rush. And then they switch it and something else, and here comes another rush. And eventually there is a bubble burst. There is a bubble burst. There's been a bubble burst in every industry, in every decade in this country, and I'm pretty sure around the world. And people lose money. And the stories that we hear from about online and social media and whatever.
For every one success, there's 1,000 failures. You're trying to say.
That's correct. They're not necessarily going to be the same successes that normal people, everyday people, are gonna experience. So that is my position, and that's what I had to share. And now it's Tom's turn to tell us, here's where all the good stuff about non-fungible tokens comes into play, and how an artist can benefit from it, or anything else you want to say about it.
So I too am an early adapter. When I was DJing in the early 80s, nobody got it. And I took that as far as I could and had success with it for 30 years. When podcasting came out, I was in Japan in 2002. I brought the term back. I was trying to hype people on this is the next new wave of radio. And it took years for people to get it. And now everybody's a podcaster. And I was there. Before we had iPhones, I was hanging out with celebrities, and I was using my own cameras that I'd buy at Walgreens, and I would struggle to sneak it in, and I would get video footage and selfies before anybody even had an iPhone. I was an early adapter of that style, okay? And when Bitcoin came around, I was already frustrated with banks, being a DJ and getting bum checks from promoters or nightclub owners. And I was sick of standing in line at banks to actually confirm that they had the money in the bank as opposed to dropping it in my bank account. So when Square came out on day one, I applied for a Square account, which is basically what PayPal is. And I was one of the early adapters to Square and PayPal. And I wish I had bought stock in those things that I believed in, because, that would be a good day. And so these are all, and video DJing and video mapping. I was at the forefront of that. People consider me a pioneer here in Miami, which I didn't want that moniker because I wasn't trying to be the first. I was trying to be the best and the most paid, not the first. But that happened. And I have a really good feeling about this. Since the inception of the iPhone, I've been into photography. And then in the early 2010s, I started getting into making what's now called digital art. And I could say here today that I think you believe in me, Dan, as a person. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. And you've seen my creations that I remix and create on an iPhone solely, right?
Yep.
Correct?
Yep. That's right.
And if I add up all the hours, there's hundreds of hours spent there practicing and honing my style, which I haven't really even shared with only but small communities like ours here on Adobe and Behance and Discord. So I look at this as an opportunity. If I could get my art directly out, like the same way I can get a DJ mix by posting it on SoundCloud or Mixcloud, and by tonight I can have artwork up, I can have my hour-long DJ mix, and I can share it with the world. If I could do that with digital art by not having to go through a gallery or who I know or what I know in the art world, couldn't you agree that that might be a good avenue to check out?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So that's what I saw in NFTs. While you might have seen something different, I kind of saw the excitement in that, and that artists might actually have a chance here. And I already understood digital payments and where this thing is going, and I believed in Bitcoin. So I was like, okay, I get it. The only thing here is this art market.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with some of these, art galleries or whatever, but there's an art gallery that has galleries all over the place called Alman Rec that is actually going to represent some French artist named César, I think Piet, something like that, with an NFT drop in like a couple of days. So art galleries are starting to trying to get into this. So
of course they are. Let me explain something though. Dan, what did we hear from an industry insider today on the attitude towards people actually in the NFT community about galleries now trying to get in a space where it was created so that we can empower through information artists to have a way to keep the gallery out of the discussion? They've been in charge too. What did the industry insider say today, Dan, if you could recap?
That they wanted to go get around galleries. The purpose was to get around galleries and not have galleries as the gatekeepers.
No more gatekeeper. You are going to be empowered to learn how to get a crypto wallet as an artist. You're going to be empowered to learn how to buy a little bit of Ethereum, which is another form of cryptocurrency. And then you're going to learn how to buy somebody else's that you like's artwork for $1 and support them. And at the same time, you're going to learn how to put your artwork as a JPEG or PNG or we got to start simple. So we're going to start with photography, JPEGs, PNGs before we get into multi-level video and audio, because that broadens the discussion of options. And we're going to take it from there and try to empower you here and show you how it can be done. And that's something that each person here as an artist has to kind of own. That's the most important and integral part of this whole thing, is that you understand how you could do something and you can make something of it. Something that might have not had any value now can have value because you didn't have a market for it. People that made money in cryptocurrency, people that are collectors, people that get it, are looking for people like you guys. So what you need to do is get in front of that market, and you need to get in front of those people. It's like there's many tech people that never had access to art because they're introverts. They never knew anybody in an art gallery. They didn't feel included. But now they have a crypto wallet, and they might have made a lot of money through Tesla stock or Bitcoin or any other digital way, and they want to support artists. Mm-hmm. So you have to bring your art to market, and that market happens to be bubbling right now in digital art, and that's what an NFT is. It's bringing your physical art or your digital piece and putting it on the blockchain as a piece of art and signing a smart contract, which is basically a digital contract that you set the terms of. And the art of it is that you get paid when this gets sold again. You get a royalty. You're not even there. Your artwork sells for $10,000. You get an immediate 10% if you put 10%. If you put 30%, which I think is kind of high, 10% is kind of the industry standard right now. You get, and you'll find out when you do your research, you get to cut this in. So you want to look up smart contracts, and we're going to share some videos, and we're going to share some simplified ways that we studied to bring Dan to market here tonight.
All right. Is that it, Tom?
I don't know. You want to push my button and ask me something?
Push your button. So, Monica, go ahead and did you have anything else to add to what you were saying? And what I heard you say was, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that that a lot of the tech industry was literally being like pushed away by galleries. Because galleries are like you said, Tom, the gatekeepers of art, and they didn't want to sell to these big tech guys, even though they were rich or whatever, because they didn't feel that they were the right clientele, and they have a sort of a reputation to uphold. So they found a way of getting around it. And I think it was funny. I was in the room and we were discussing how this gallery decided to, we're going to get on in it too. And everybody was just like lost in it. Like, why would you do this? Like, it defeats the purpose of doing an NFT. Why would you as an artist want to go through that? Because then the gallery gets their cut. The gallery is supposed to represent artists, and then artists has already been burned by a gallery because the gallery was like, we'll represent you. They sell it, but then at the last minute they changed the currency, and they came up with their own currency instead of using Ethereum or what was originally in the contract. And so the artist got burned. So as long as you're in control, then you have the power to put in there like how much you're going to want, and then in the later end, if it gets resold and your popularity goes up, then you get it. I'm gonna give me just a.
We lost you, Monica, or did I lose you?
That's true, Monica. Yeah, we've also in this pandemic time in this last year, we've went from a physical wants to more virtual wants. And people often ask, when you make a piece of digital art and put it and submit it as a piece of digital art, can you connect a physical art to it? The answer to that is yes, you can. And that would be connected with like a QR code or whatever. But a lot of times the purchaser of the piece, the collector, might or might not even want the physical piece. So the emphasis here is really on a virtual piece. And how could you make an offering that would increase in time if you were consistent with it? How could you, what do we say, Dan? Increase,
build your
build your what?
Base, collector base.
Yeah, your collector base.
Yeah, you're getting ready to jump into the other thing. So let's but let's go ahead. Let's say that it's creating and curating personal art, getting that visual content that you already create out into the world that they can collect, but also let's see, where is it? Build community and grow your personal collector base. That's what Tom is trying to say. All right, so let's get into the next part, because this is the last. We're now in the second half. That was the second quarter, and now we're starting the second half. The second half is all about, and please feel free to jump in and drop a question or a comment in the chat, and we will continue this conversation. It's not going to end here tonight. It's going to end on the stream will end, but the conversation will not. We're going to continue the conversation on the Discord, where we will also share a ton of links that you can then do your own research, use your own understanding to make your own decisions. And the point that Monica made and that Tom made is true, is that this is a marketplace where the artist can have full control of the promotion, the sale, the aftermarket royalties, and no gatekeepers are necessary anymore. Not in this place, and which is a place also built to keep the gatekeepers out and get them out the way. So, but along with that freedom comes a lot of responsibility, and the responsibility rests on you, not on Tom, not on Monica, not on me, not on anyone else who's going to share a link. The responsibility of whether or not you make a move on this, whether or not you start your own taking the steps on this path, is on you. So please, please, please feel free to ask questions, get in the conversation, check out the links, look at the videos. But
it's important to note, it's not a rush. It's not a rush to market.
Right.
What we're saying is you should have a lane, and you have to own the lane. Yeah, we're not saying rush to anything. What we're trying to do is make sense of it all, slowly, calmly, and concisely, as best we know from our research. We are not financial advisors. We're not giving financial advice. We're just sharing the story of what we learned and how Dan is taking it forward to actually go through the process so we can see what it really looks like.
Right. Go ahead, Motorboy. I thought you were about to say something.
No, I'm saying hi, everyone. How are you doing?
Awesome. That's cool. That's good. Good input. Thank you. Hello, Motorboy. How you doing? All right. So there you go. Basically, is that please take this as a learning experience, learning lesson, and let's go ahead and keep going on to the next step or the next quarter of this live stream. Let's see. So Presentification got his opinions on it already. Boom, boom, boom. But I was wrong about. So he says, I don't believe this will take off for the masses, but I was wrong about the value of Bitcoin. And then he got a sad face. Don't be sad, Presentification. We're all going to learn. Elias Gaxiola on Facebook says, I scared. So me too. I'm scared too, man. It's all right. Just don't let them see you sweat. All right. So here we go. Go ahead. Somebody say something? Was that? No, I thought I heard myself. Okay. So here we go. Let's see this. So I have my drawing here. And I, like Tom, am an early adopter. There were some things that I adopt early, some things I don't. Like the iPhone, I was like, I don't need that in my life. And then 4 years later, I was like, I need an iPhone. But then there's some other things like Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. I jump in early and I start doing stuff. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's happening. I'm just going to be there. Ello, I jumped on Ello. There's some other app too that is similar to Ello where it's no ads, no marketing. It's just they want you to share and so on. There's a few apps that I'm touching on sometimes just for fun.
You're on Behance.
I'm on Behance. Yeah,
it's another thing.
You're right.
There's something else.
That's right. I am Behance. I started streaming over a year ago. I jumped in. I said, cool. This is the perfect platform for the art that I like, and there's other artists here, and so we're gonna build community. So, with that spirit of being an early adopter or just trying to see what happens, I am gonna decide for myself what I'm going to do about this NFT stuff. And the first thing that I did is followed a bunch of research stuff that Tom threw my way, stuff that I just started reading and looking up. And, I have to tell you that the internet is vast and infinite. There's tons of info and then there's trusted sources that you're very familiar with who, when they say something, you're like, okay, well, this person, I've been checking out what they say and following what they say for years, and now I'm comfortable listening to them, and what they say I will trust and believe. But then there's plenty of more context that you can find that will either let you know whether they're right or wrong and so on. So that's what I did, and I spent a lot of time in Tom mentioned Clubhouse. There's a ton of conversations going on Clubhouse. I think on Clubhouse you can find everything and anything going on in Clubhouse. So please research for yourself. But that's what I did. I said, you know what? I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it for my own reasons. And what are my reasons? I have a purpose. I have a purpose when it comes to my art. I have a purpose when it comes to the drawings and art that I want to create, and who and why I want the world to see it. What is it that I have to say? This is something that we talk about in artist circles that we call the artist statement. You have an artist statement. Your art has to speak, has to say something to those who are looking at it. And there's another saying that says art should comfort the dang. It's not, I forgot the word, but something like the agitated, and then it should agitate the comfortable. In any case, it's supposed to be disrupt or it's supposed to comfort. Either way, it should do something. And so I say, okay, cool. Well, my purpose and everything that I do is to build community. That's what we're doing with the Discord. That's what we're doing with the live streams. That's what I'm doing every time I turn on the camera and say, you know what, I got something to say. I want to share it with the world, and maybe somebody feels the same way as I do. I want to grow my personal collector base. I have a ton of artwork. That piece behind me that you see in my live streams is 6 feet by 5 feet. I have tons of paintings that way. Have they sold? Have they made an impact? Have they made an impact? Yes. Have they sold how I wanted to sell? No, but that's okay. Because I enjoy the process. I enjoy my art, and I just want the world to see it. So now here's an opportunity for me to build and grow that collector base, the personal art that loves my personal art, and I can share it with a wider network. One thing that internet has done in the past year and a half is that live streaming has become a number one form of communication now. For years, and then there might have been, another one of my conspiracy theories is that, the Facebook and Instagram, and then they wanted us to do a lot more videos. So they said, well, let's do a pandemic so that forces people to do video. In any case, sorry about that. That's a little extreme. But the point is that video has become the number one form of communication today. And so this NFT, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all these different platforms are reaching a much wider audience, but also a different level of audience. And one thing that
the level is people are going from ownership, where we used to want to own everything, to people are more okay today than ever with having just access. So we're moving from physical, tangible, to digital, intangible, but it still creates the feelings And especially when there's exclusivity, only one person has it.
Right.
Then there's certain feelings involved, and they touch upon the emotions that you're talking about.
There you go. And I like that. Another reason, and that adds to my purpose, that I am able to find funding for more art. And that's one thing that artists, we all do. We sell a painting, and then we take that money and buy more art supplies. We sell a print, and we take that money and buy more art supplies or spend on more printing. Is that we as artists, we have found ways to do with as little as possible, but yet regenerate our creativity. And that's what I want this to do for me. I also want to be able to buy other artists' artwork. If there's an artist out there, and Tom mentioned the pricing, there's some stuff that's for $1, a physical dollar. It is like 1/100th of an Ethereum or whatever. I don't know the math. Just you figure it out. The point is that it's very cheap. It's like, okay, cool. I'll spend $1, and I am able to participate in this economy that benefits another artist. Kind of
not only you, but everybody could participate.
Correct. Everybody can
if they want. They don't have to have thousands of dollars to buy a piece of artwork. Now you can buy a pretty cool artwork for $1.
Right.
And say that,
right.
And go through the motion of being supportive to the community that you represent.
You're an active participant in this economy, kind of like Patreon. For $1 a month, you are supporting the work of another artist by providing that financial support, financial money. And so there, and Kickstarter and the other Indiegogo and many other platforms are like that. Now you are building a foundation of commerce that every artist can participate in. So I like that. I like that for myself. And at the end is about building long-term relationships, and fortunately I come across Tom and many others that are in the Discord. But with Tom, I've been able to connect with other people way outside of my influence, but so indirectly through the relationship with Tom, and then all of that has started to build other relations and collaborations, to the point is like the world is getting a lot smaller. And so I like that part about being able to build these kind of relationships that are going to lead to more opportunity for my art. And I'm speaking about myself. Okay, I'm speaking about myself. So this is the third quarter, and this is part 3 of tonight's live stream. Is that me? You know what? I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna make this happen. What do you think, Tom?
So what are we gonna do here? We're gonna do 2 things. We're gonna, one, and most importantly, post this as your first NFT, and we're gonna take the route of putting the cost, using a platform where there's no cost at all, where it costs actually $0 to post an NFT. There is a cost to posting your NFTs, and that cost, which varies based on the traffic on the internet that day, is called, quote unquote, a gas price. And the gas price could vary. Dan's posting a piece of art right now. It could vary anywhere from $80 down to $8. And that's only for a little bit longer. Around the corner, there's some changes coming, and it'll only cost a fraction of that. But today, if he wanted to post this right now, just like if he wanted to get in a car and drive somewhere right now, there would be a cost to that. If he could afford to do it slower, which is called lazy minting, then he could choose the price or the time that he wants to post this. And when there's less traffic in the day, the gas price will be lower. And that's where we're going with this. So right now, we're going to choose a method on a platform called Mintable, where you could go and buy NFT art with your crypto wallet, or you could sell NFT art and post your art to the blockchain. And that's what Dan's doing now. And the reason we're using Mintable today is because Mintable allows you to is document and post the artwork, and it is actually minted and added to the blockchain, even though it'll show up in your wallet. It is minted, and the cost is absorbed by the buyer. That's the distinction here. So it's going to cost us $0 here to post Dan's art. And when a buyer buys that art, Dan's going to price that art as well and price some other things. It's a multi-step process. But while we're doing that, the most important thing is that Dan is going to choose this platform because this platform allows you to bring your art to market for no cost at all, and the buyer will pay the quote-unquote gas cost. So obviously it has to be priced higher than the gas cost, plus your time, plus what you want to make as profit. And we even had a discussion on that today. And all these things, all these touch points need to be discussed, because maybe you have an art project. Like I had a dream project. I said, what would be a dream project we could do? And this is what I came up with. Illustrations by Dan Flores, DTM and Tom Laroc, and guest. 3D art by my boy Boxlo Gonzalez. 4D motion graphics by my boy Boxlo Gonzalez. Audio by multi-Grammy award-winning producer Mike Dean. And if I got all these creative minds together, I would love to see what kind of multimedia video story concept we could come up with. And that's just me, like, going out on a limb on what could be possible.
And that is correct. So right now I am, so there's a lot of different costs, but there's also a free option, and that's the option that we're going to go with today. I'm trying to remember what happened to my MetaMask, because I installed it, but I don't know if it's not installed in this computer.
It's a little fox. It's a little fox up in the browser, top right browser, fox, red fox. Dan be switching computers like you switch shirts on a sweaty day.
All right, let's see. Come on, it's already here. Let's see if I can do this. Cancel. Oh, there it is. It's hiding. There it is. I see it now. It's hiding under this thing here. I was like, where is it? It's right here. Come on, open up, man. There it is. Get started. Okay, but now it's asking me to create my wallet. I already have that. Oh, import my existing wallet. I have that. All right, so I need to get my whatchamacallit. Get my info. I have private info that I need to add here. It's see, right. Boom, boom, boom. Paste. Gotcha. So depending on where you at, it's gonna ask for certain things. So let me show you. I need to type this out. Hold on, y'all. And I know what it is.
Dan, I got a text in from a friend who was listening in. Can I read it to you?
Yeah.
He says, great Discord, bro. How to bounce and hang with the kids, but definitely good stuff. I liked where you were pushing on the old ideas. I'm a crypto dude, and I really felt once this pandemic hit that this thing was definitely here to stay, and NFTs are definitely of interest.
Good. Awesome. Sorry, you read it, but I'm over here focused on this. So there it is. Sorry. So there it is. That's my Ethereum account, MetaMask.
Okay, pause right here.
Right.
Could you zoom, before you even go further, could you zoom in so we can really get a view on those 3 blue buttons? Because once you sign in, and the name of the app we're using today is MetaMask, which is basically a plugin. You want to use the plugin on the desktop. Crypto art is pretty much, you have less chance of things failing if you use the desktop right now. There is an app for it, but we suggest through what we're doing to do it all on the desktop. So download, if you'd like to get a crypto wallet and attach it to, say, your debit card to, say, like what we're doing today, buy $100 worth of Ethereum to see if we could get this NFT posted for under the budget, then this is what we did today. We are not financial advisors. We are just sharing what we did here today and the process on how we got here. So once you get a wallet and you want to hook up your wallet and buy a little Ethereum so you could use it for something, these 3 blue buttons are the most important. So Dan, why don't you walk us through when you hit the buy button, what are the options?
All right. So I chose MetaMask as my wallet to hold my Ethereum. And if I wanted to buy Ethereum, I can click on that buy. I use Wire to buy Ethereum today.
Why?
Because Tom told me to, so I did that. But no, because you can use your credit card or debit card to pay for the Ethereum. So then you go through the steps of putting in how much Ethereum, how much money, what's in your budget. So my budget was $100, and it said that for $100 I can get half of 1 Ethereum, and then it tells me what is the Ethereum exchange rate right now. For 1 Ethereum is $1,800. Transaction fee of $5, network fee of $6. Again, this is the stuff I was telling you about before. In any case, so my total cost would be $111. But because my budget was $100, I said, well, how much does it cost to get 95? And let's go here, or $90 worth of Ethereum. I would get 0.048. Also, it's less than half. It's not even half. It's a half of a percent of Ethereum. Sorry, I'm good at math, but right now I'm trying to say it out loud. So so then my total cost was $101. So I ended up buying like $92, something like that, of Ethereum at that time. So it came out to $100. So once you buy the Ethereum, then it shows up in your wallet, and that's what I have. You can send Ethereum to somebody else. You can swap Ethereum from other wallets that you may have. So if you already have Ethereum and or own Ethereum in a different wallet, you can bring it in. There's a whole bunch of stuff here that I have no idea what it's about, but as time goes on, I'll figure it out. But right now, I do know that I have $85 worth of Ethereum, which is really 0.0474% of 1 Ethereum unit. That's it. Now I am in Mintable, and I want to create a NFT inside the Mintable marketplace. I don't know what's the correct nomenclature for this. I'm gonna call it marketplace. And so it says, hey, you need to connect your wallet, and I have that MetaMask wallet. So let me click on it, and it's going to automatically appear. So let's see. There's my account, or let me go ahead and do that thing again. So it was list for sale, or list, create a new item, no transaction fee, boom. So now, because my Ethereum is connected, now it's not asking me for the Ethereum wallet. So now I'm gonna go ahead and create my first item. Now, one thing we did not show you is this part, and I skipped over it. Create a new item, no transaction fee. So so that's the easy tab. If I click on the advanced tab, so there's still no transaction fee, but then there's a whole bunch of other stuff, features, and that you're going to have to pay, which is what that question that Monica asked earlier and that Tom mentioned again a couple of times, is that there is a price, as with any other marketplace, to list something in the store. So there's a price. So in here, in Ethereum, in this NFT world, is called gas. The gas price. So you have to pay for gas, I guess, because Ethereum is a gas.
No, it takes computers. It takes computer power to run.
Of course, it takes computer power. Yes, but it's playing on the word, because Ethereum is supposed to be like a gas.
That's true. It is playing on the word.
Yes, playing on the word. Okay, but that is.
But what does it say there?
It says here. So includes all features. Traditional transaction. Traditional is a transaction that is needed. Transaction needed, meaning you're gonna have to pay for this listing. But gas list says no transaction needed, and it won't appear in your wallet until transferred or purchased. You still own it though. So That part I'm not so sure what it stands for, what it means, but I'm going to go ahead and try the easy way where it says create a new item, no transaction fee, completely free. Okay, then let's roll with it. You have to, so now let's get into the page. Boom. What kind of item are you making? Art. Listing title is called Penny. I already have my names. I already have my stuff, and I don't mean to do that. But
is there a way we could use the word Aztec in the headline?
Yes, I am, because it's going to be called Azteca Moderno, Penny Azteca Moderno, and that's the name of the artwork. So let me make sure I can check it. There it is, Penny Azteca Moderno, and I listed the year 2021 DTM _ NFT. That's it. That's the title of my piece. Boom, boom, boom. I'm not going to put the word NFT into the title here, but I made that file knowing that that's going to be my NFT file. And I probably should put it in a folder just by itself. So let me grab those. Cut. And I have a DTM NFT folder. Here we go. Penny NFT folder. Bam. So you have to have art. Before you jump into this, you got to have art and know which art piece you're going to work with. There it is. Boom. This is the art piece that I'm working with. I have a story. Tom was very smart early in the stream where he asked me about this piece. Get some history, some background. What is this about? So listing title is Penny Azteca Moderno. Cyber Funk. I like Cyberpunk versus Aztec versus Art Life. That's the subtitle. I want to make it cool and funky and modern. So click to add your private file. So now I'm going to upload the file that is going to be tied and be part of this NFT. So now I'm going to add. I have not gone through this, so I'm figuring this out as we do this right now. So I am going to add the AI file. I think I'm going to add the AI file. That's it. The AI file is what people get. There it is. This is the AI file. Boom.
I don't think they want the AI file. I think they want the PNG or the JPEG.
Well, here's where the images, upload preview images. So that's where I'm going to do the.
So maybe, okay.
That JPEG.
Okay.
That's where I do that. See, there it is. PNG.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom. Uploading your content. Bam. So now the better the description is better. So, and this is where I started talking about. Penny is a art life champion. Living in a society where artists are superstars and everyone wants to be top artists top artists.
That's great.
Penny lives by the Golden Rule code and serves humanity through the lessons and she serves humanity through lessons and what's the word? Lessons and
you said it so eloquently before.
Earlier,
I couldn't believe
it. Lessons and no, she serves humanity by sharing lessons of and I have it because this is the art life. What I read to you, what I said
read
to
it
you.
Back. Read it back to yourself from the
yes,
top.
I got you. What I said to you before was stuff that I've been creating myself a long time ago. Penny is an art life champion living in a society where artists are superstars and everyone wants to be a top artist. Penny lives by the Golden Rule Code and serves humanity by sharing lessons of motivation, purpose, creative expression, and there's other words that I can't remember right now, but I need to type it all now because that's it. Once this is done, that's it, right? We can't go back and adjust let me look at my website. I have a website where all this stuff is at. And because these are characters. These are real characters that I own. Boom, 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 boom. Build talent.
Yeah, when you were saying the story before, I thought for a second you were making all this up. I almost giggled, but you really had the story. You really had the story lined up on who this woman is, and it's also National Women's Month. So salute to all the women here.
That's right. There it is. And staying true to oneself. That's it. This character is part of a larger body of work by DTM, aka Delta Tango Mike, and the world he created called Art Life. There. Transfer copyright when purchased. I cannot, because this piece belongs to me. This character belongs to me. It's part of a bigger thing. Bam. Now, here is something that I saw, and we didn't take the time to research during this live stream, but that's because we've been doing this back and forth, looking through things and looking through other listings. And but there is that is something that you're gonna want to do, so you kind of understand how other artists are pricing and posting their work and what goes along with that. And so auction with buy now, which is very similar to, sounds like eBay, right? Like that's like an eBay thing. And I never done eBay. I never bought anything by eBay. I never sold anything through eBay. And but as far as I know, it's like there's an auction for every piece there, unless you hit that buy now button and boom, you buy it straight up for a particular price. So I'm going to do that auction with the buy now. I want to start my bid price kind of high, because my buy now, I know how much I want for this. And I want $1,500. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? That comes down to you.
Let's hear everybody's opinion. Can we quickly, we don't have a lot of time, but can we quickly hear everybody's opinion?
Somebody.
Or anybody that has opinion?
Go for it. Go for it. You can't. What are you gonna lose? You can't lose. Someone's gonna buy it, and if they don't want to buy it, then they won't buy it. But
Correct.
$1,500, do it.
Correct.
You know your value. You know your worth. So do it. I'll do that too. I'll put something up for $1,500.
There you go. See what happens. My start bidding price, I'm gonna make that $500, so that it's already at a third of the price for the bidding. And so it'll go through auction, and so there it is, auction length 12 hours. So that's something different right there.
Well, let's click on the box and see how many options are on there.
7 days.
So what are you guys doing? Putting art up for sale?
Yes, putting art up for sale. And I mean, what happens if I do fixed? Fixed, it just stays that way. There is no auction, and it just fixed. But if I do auction, then it has a time limit. What happens when it doesn't sell? We're gonna find out. But then there's also an auction with the buy now or just a fixed price. So let's double check and see what that means. Mintable, fixed price versus, or look at that, contract, fixed price contract. What's that? Oh, that's something else that we're gonna get into. And so you have to figure a couple things out to understand.
Don't forget to give yourself 10% royalties afterwards.
Yeah, so I'm sure there's like more screens that have to happen here, because that is something that has to go, which I'm going to also add in the rights and usage, where how do you say it? NFT holder has the right to reproduce. No, to own the AI file and but no.
And put parenthesis original source file.
All right, original source file, but no reproduction rights. But no reproduction rights. No license to reproduce or print this image has been granted. And but it's an NFT holder may export a high-res PNG from the AI file for their records. There, that's it. So so there he goes. And then so there has to be a place for that. I'm gonna make it a fixed price, and that's $1,500. Somebody want to pay that, they can have it. If they and then this is the rights they get to use. Is that
you don't want to create any excitement with the auction because there is a sense of like I might miss out?
I don't know. What do you think? You think that's a better idea?
Let's get Monica's opinion.
You're silly,
Are
Tom.
you doing just
you
one?
I think you should hype it up. I totally think you should hype it up.
Hype it up. Let's do
Yeah,
7 days.
yeah.
Hype it up, and that way it's something to talk about and stream.
Yeah,
And,
at least we have a week to talk
sure,
about
sure.
it.
All right. And then Golden Rose says, if the AI file is uploaded, then is that what the buyer gets? Yes, that's what is tied in to this NFT, which makes this NFT a much more valuable than just owning a copy of the PDF or downloading it from the internet or anything else, is that you actually hold the AI file as part of your property.
But this is your opinion really right now because we haven't actually done this process. So what Dan's saying is kind of he's going with his gut on this, and that's totally fine because if you don't get your feet wet, then how are you going to get across the river, right?
Right.
So that's what we're doing here.
And no matter what happens,
we're going with a gut feeling.
Right. No matter what happens, if somebody pays my price of $1,500, I will roll with it. And so this is what's important is that if the bid price hits at least $500, then I'm gonna roll with that. If somebody buys it now $1,500, I'll roll with that. Whatever the outcome is gonna be, I'm willing to gamble with these numbers here. And so you have to be okay with yourself at that point. You know what? Since I'm talking that way, let me make it $750.
Should we put provenance in the description that this was created in front of a live audience on Adobe Behance?
Yes. This art
for 1,000 people.
Yeah, art piece.
That'll add value to it.
Created live on Behance.
Adobe Behance. No, you're right.
Yes.
No, Behance Adobe.
Behance was created live on a Behance stream with on a Behance. That's
over 1,000 live viewers.
They don't need to know.
On a Behance stream with Adobe Fresco.
On what date?
And
That'd be cool if you could put the date.
Illustrator on let me type in Illustrator. Oof, kind of between it was 2 dates between I forgot the other date, let me look it up in a second, and March 9th of 2021.
So you're doing a set price on this instead of the auction?
No,
correct?
I'm gonna go with the auction. But it's gonna have a starting price.
Oh,
did you put the? Go ahead.
That's
I'm
good.
sorry.
Yeah. Say that.
No, I was just saying that's good.
Okay. What'd you say, Monica?
I was gonna say, did you put the day that you created her?
Oh, I can do that, huh? All right.
Do
all
that,
right,
and then say, because you were streaming when you did that too, weren't you?
Right. So Penny
So
was
add that
first
to that.
created in the summer
Sketch form
of 2012. Sketch original sketch of the pose was 2014, I think. I have it, and this is the tedious part. Let's see what we got here. Come on.
Now, Dan's frustration levels might seem to be rising slightly due to the many tedious tasks. He's being a good sport and keeping them there.
Keeping it going. So vector brushes, Q&A. It was February 23rd. So February 23rd. So this is the other part between February 23, 2021, and March 9th. So now my head is hot. All right, let's go. And I have the file here. And there it is. And this was done 2014. The drawing was done in 2014. An original sketch of the post was drawn in pencil in 2014. Boom, there it is. Okay, so I think that's a lot of info.
Provenance.
All right, cool. Let me go ahead and copy all that. Copy, because internet crashes and things happen. Boom, there. All right, paste it, save it. Got it.
They could also contact you to possibly buy the original sketch.
They could. My info is definitely already part of the auction, and so when
if we had more time to think it out, we could make it part of a more chock full offering. But we're kind of trying to streamline it. Mm-hmm. But that is possible. Yes. That's the whole thing, is you actually build a relationship with the people who are buying your art. That's never happened before. There's always been the middleman. There's always been the gallery. There's always been the buy-in. There's always been the hoop. And that's why we say it's important for you not to pass this process off to a gallery or a friend or a manager, but to actually own it. And we're trying to get out some pain points by going through the steps right here to see what it actually looks like.
Yeah, I worked with a gallery one time, and one of our places that we would do art was at hotels. We did a few Charles Bibbs painting.
They must be really nice clientele.
You had to make sure your frames were actually bolted to the wall.
And you know what the art of selling your art digitally through an NFT is that this is the first time where there's no corporate pressure for you to do anything except what you want to do. There's no client to please. There's no guidelines to follow as far as somebody pointing you in the direction. You're the creative director. You're the marketer. You're the person who's built up a social media presence over the years. And this is kind of like one reason why it all can come into play.
Basically direct sales.
Yes.
To your, what do we say?
Collector
base.
Yep.
Yes.
And so
like the couple out of New York, when they went through their apartment, they had a bunch of dollar art that they invested in, and now it's multi-million-dollar art.
Right. Yep. So here we go. Let's go ahead and click on list this item, and that's gonna make it official. Motorvoid asked, did I sign it? Like, yep, I signed it. And what I also did was on the file, and I still have the file open here.
Don't re-click on the button. Just a quick point. You click the purple button once, right?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. You didn't click it yet.
No,
okay.
Not yet. I added all my contact information into the file. So when you open the file, you can see all my info that is already here in this file. So there it is. So whoever has the AI file will have my info already inside the AI file. My signature is in the PNG. So there it is. Boom. Okay, now I'm going to click that purple button and say, list this item. Are we ready for this, Tom?
Maybe go to the top of the page and just read it over from the very top. Make sure you didn't miss anything there.
All right, cool. What kind of item are you making? Art. Listing title, Penny, Azteca Moderno, a Cyberpunk versus Aztec versus Art Life, to the illustration. Yeah, good answer. All right, there it is.
And is there a place you already put up your own bio here?
No, I think that's gonna be in my account.
Maybe the next,
yeah,
maybe the next page.
Yeah. Because right now
right,
I haven't done much here. I just created the account and that was it. I didn't go through
keep going.
to figure out other things. So there it is. Boom, boom, boom. Got this piece. Auction list item. And so hopefully there is a place where it says the is that this website that says you can let's see, royalties. Yes, there is some royalties listed. So there we go. List this item. You're about to win one transaction to the blockchain. Just sign a message in your wallet to mint and list this item. Proceed. There it is. Sign. There's something going on here on this screen. Boom, boom, boom. Contract. Go ahead and click on sign. Got it. Bam. Congratulations.
Screenshot.
And then, yeah. Got it. Boom. View your item. And there it is. Delta
now, wait. So wait. We're on what? We're on
Mintable.
Mintable.
Yep.
And we should be able to see if your artwork is searchable now.
All right,
Mintable. All right. Let's do a quick search.
And,
how do you spell Azteca Moreno?
Yep. Aztec with the A. Moderno.
Yep.
And so I just shared the link on the Behance. Let me go ahead and put it up. You can go gas list. Thank you, Connie. Connie's in the house. So there it is. Connie is online. Yeah, go ahead and click on it to look at it to make sure it's there. It is a real thing.
I don't see it yet.
Let's see. It says tops token ID edition 101 5% royalty on secondary sales. That's already part of the deal here. I did not have to click on that or make that happen. That's already there.
Maybe that is changeable though, but we don't know. We're just trying to get to market right now.
Correct. Which is another element that I like here versus physical art, even when you do merch, right? And is that you create a piece. It's there. It says Golden Rose. Preston notification says it's there. But Tom is doing a search, so it might take a moment for it to become a search result.
Where are they seeing it?
I shared the link. I shared the link on Behance.
Okay, I'm going in.
Right. Simulcasting now on Behance. Woohoo! The link took me there, says Christine. So the 5% royalty on secondary sales, that I like. Is like what happens when you sell a painting? What happens when you sell a print and then somebody else turns around and sells that at a higher price point? And so you don't get anything out of that as a creator. You don't.
Those days are over.
Right. So now with this, there is a royalty, and you know when it's sold because the blockchain, the Ethereum blockchain, keeps track of transactions. And so somewhere within, and I think that's where Mintable comes into play in any of these marketplaces, that it's like a BMI when it comes to music. They keep track of the times your music is played, and they collect the royalties and then send it to the musician. I get royalties from the acting that I've done. So every 3 months I get a check from SAG-AFTRA. I forget how you say it. What's the name about? It's the Screen Actors Guild. And so I am a member of Screen Actors Guild, and the acting that I get royalties from, they send it to me every 3 months. And so there it is. This is a good thing here that I like to see when it comes down to NFT. So let's see. There's nothing else to see. That says vote on this item. What's that mean? Vote on it. Rank the vote. Rate this. I like it. Okay, cool. And then what? Next. How do you feel about this NFT? It's beautiful. I'm just clicking on things. Oh, look at that. I must buy. Underpriced. Sure. Innovative. Yeah, why not? Boom. All right, there it is. Damn, what does that say? Buy now. Click to reveal. Ethereum Day 2. Oh, there's some other junk. All right. Cool.
Dan, now that this is posted, should we go back on back to the main page of Mintable and support the community by picking like 3 artist artwork that costs like $1 each and at least support them?
You want me to spend my Ethereum money? Oh my God, Tom.
Yep.
Oh my God! Why is Tom? Yes, go ahead. Let's sign in with your wallet, and then buy some Ethereum, some artwork. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, hold on. Let me copy this. Let's see. It's searchable. It comes up. And is your bank account attached to your account, Golden Rose? No, it's tied to my Ethereum wallet. That's what it's tied into. There it is. All right, so let's take a look at some art. Let's look at. I like character art 2D. And let me see. I gotta find something I like. Free fall. Like this is $99. $1,100. This one is on an auction. This is buy now for $500.
Why don't you arrange them by price and start from
there's
lowest?
a skull right here. Look at that. $500. So that I could have stuff in my wallet, right? So what happens?
Yeah, these would be the first pieces of art that are in your digital wallet. Yes.
Art.
But you should arrange it from prices to low to high because we only have a certain budget here, and we're pressed for time.
There it is. All right. Somebody got Grogu here for $5. Twitch talk. What is she thinking? A photograph. There's an individual. There's some landmarks. The Emperor. It doesn't. Oh, these are auctions. So I had to do whatchamacallit, a bid on the auction.
By the time you get to the second page, you get to the auction with the bid nows.
So art 2D. Let me see. 2D. Oh, you know what? The word Mexican, right? That's something that you looked up. And I forgot to add that into the description.
Well, Aztec is where I got one cool piece of Aztec art. Yeah.
Oh, look at this. El Chavo. I like that. All right, let me look up Aztec. Let me do Mintable. And look up Aztec. There's only one, and that's $123. What's up with this person? This art piece was inspired by pre-Columbian clay stamps found in Mexico. A local LA artist was exposed to the local art community through an inner city program in the heart of LA. So Mintable Gasless is the store, and the seller is Matli Arte. They want $123, which I cannot pay. I don't even have that much. And there it is. That's pretty cool. How would I follow them? Could I review? Just give them a thumbs up. They have no reviews, stores, listings. All right.
When you click on the listing, next to the little purple thing in the very center of the screen, there's a little mail symbol, and you can send them a direct message.
Yeah, I see it right here. There's it's right there. I can send them a letter. That's a direct mail. Love your work. Let me just say, love your work. I think that's what I'm gonna do today. Just leave messages. I'm not gonna buy anything.
There you go.
There you go. This one is $2.15 though. I may do that.
There we go. That's it. Grab that.
Yeah. Why not? Chavo del Ocho. Let's just buy it now. What's gonna happen? Who is this person? Cocote. What's he got? What does this person have? They have La Chilindrina and El Chavo. That's pretty cool. Now,
how much is the other one?
$5.35. But I like El Chavo. That Chavo is better looking. Now, this is something to keep in mind too. Is that I have artwork like this that I could probably throw in here for $15. I'm not up against that. And this is a conversation that Tom and I had. Is like, I don't want to sell my artwork for $10. Like, I'm against that type of mentality in the real world right now. So why would I post artwork that is way underpriced for my current market? But I think that like
what if you had success selling a piece or many pieces at the price that you listed today for $1,500? Do you feel that after you were able to sell some pieces and make good on your time and effort spent, that maybe you would release 10 posters for maybe $1 a piece down the line for people that have supported you, and now at midnight on blah, 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 4th of July, you're going to release 10 pieces, and those 10 pieces are only going to be available for 15 minutes, and there's only 10 of them, and they're $1 a piece.
Yes.
And the people that get them can either keep them and be happy they have a piece of artwork from you, or if market calls for it, they might be able to sell that for a pretty penny on the resale market, of which you will get a royalty as soon as they sell it to whoever they want to sell it to. You get a royalty based on the number and percentage that you put in that you require as a royalty.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that this is a classic example of what of how many different ways you can go about it, and in different promotions and marketing, and it goes into that work, the amount of work. And Tom is just sharing all his ideas right now, but that's exactly what you're gonna have to do to see some level of success and interaction and engagement with your art on this whole different market. And so not only are we just listing just stuff for just a list, but also listing and then running different ideas and things with everyone and strategies to then be able to say, hey, I'm doing a drop of 15 posters I'm doing a drop of all the characters of Chavo del Ocho, and those are going to be priced at $15. And it will not be the AI file. And just looking at the ones that I saw here, even with El Chavo, it says, is it copyright transfer? No. Is it downloadable file? No. I made my file downloadable, and it's an AI file, but then I'm asking for $750 minimum. And this person's selling theirs for $2.15, but they're not letting you download the file. However, it is resellable. So there's very many different ways in how to structure this idea to help work for you. So there we go. And I'm checking my so I left a couple of messages. That's what I'm going to do tonight. I did leave a couple messages to the people whose artwork I saw, and I'm going to continue to connect with more Mexican, Hispanic, Chicano artists and see how that goes. But in the meantime, I'm checking my page. There's my listing. It is a starting price of $750. It's a mintable gas list store, and I think that extra 7 cents is some of the charges that's going to have to happen. Even though I did not pay any charges to list, the person who buys it will have to pay some of the cost of what it took for this listing and marketplace. Let's see my earnings, and this whenever I make sales. My NFTs, there it is, displaying my token. Oh, that's my my NFT there. It has my token address. I don't know how that works or whatever, but we'll figure it out.
Can you check your email or your account to see if they sent you any sort of confirmation?
Yes, no, but somebody else said send me a message. No, that's me in my account. Oh, my email that is that it hit. That
I'm just saying, maybe you got an email.
Right.
We can just kind of share.
Everybody don't look at my emails. Let me see.
We ain't looking.
I forgot what email address I used. Let me look here. There. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, or maybe in your messages in the Mintable app.
Yeah, no, nothing in my Mintable app. It just shows the 2 messages that I sent out. That's it. That's what's in here. Okay, cool. Well, there it is. That's a step in the direction of my
minting of NFTs and your first piece of digital 2D art.
Yes, I will learn more from this. I will learn. We'll come up with some concepts and ideas on the kind of art that I post, the kind of art that I make available, and big tie-in. There should be a big tie-in that brings my collectors together, people who want to be closer to my art, closer to my mission, closer to my purpose, and build a community around that. That is my goal. That is my purpose, and that's why I'm taking these steps to make that happen. Any last words, Tom, before we finish for today?
No, this was a good stream, and it was fun getting all this information out and starting this conversation going, because it's happening in a lot of places. It's happening on Clubhouse specifically. It's happening across Twitter. It's happening here on Discord. And I'm happy that we could help give people some information to make them see their own way on how this could or cannot help them in their futures.
There you go. Awesome. All right. So let's let us know in the comments or join the Discord. Let us know if you have other questions, if there's other things that you'd like to know about it, because though we may not have all the answers, we will definitely keep looking for more information that's going to make us smarter on how to tackle this marketplace that is blowing up. Big ups to everybody who was here tonight. Big ups to everyone who participated. Let me check my notes so
We've got over 300 people come through on Behance, and we have over 90 people live with us right now.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I do want to touch on a couple of things, and that is people today are cool with owning abstract virtual digital things. That is what's happening right now. And so if there is anyone can mint, but not everyone can market. So that is something that is time to step into and figure it out for yourself. Do it for yourself. Figure it out for yourself. Make a decision for yourself. Let us know what you're finding out that we all should know. Let us know what your experience is like. And let us know if you have any other questions. Big up to everyone who was here tonight. Let me see what everybody says here. Motor Voice says, thanks for the great info, Tom and Dan. Golden Rose says, thank you, DTM, because I've waffled back and forth on whether NFTs are worth it or not for, say, instance, for someone like me. That's why we did this live stream, because I am just like you. Most of the examples that we see online is all these multi-million-dollar deals, the big-time deals, thousands of dollars deals. Like,
we purposely stayed away from that tonight. We stayed away from all the hype.
Yep.
The burning of this, that of that. We're just trying to go down the middle of the road and be fair and kind of share and be fair.
Going from our own personal experience. This is not a pie in the sky deal. This is something that we all want everyone to learn from. So Christine says, thanks again, Dan and Tom. Thank you, Christine, Motor Void, Golden Rose, Deep Panchi, Monica. Let's see who else was in the house. Personification was in the house, and Tamika was in the house. And I hope everybody learned something. Everybody thought it was good information, and hopefully we're able to all succeed in our creative careers. That's what it's all about. What's up, Angela Avila? Thank you for stopping through. And I think that is going to be all. All right, this is Delta Tango Mike. Thank you for joining me today in this live stream. Do find me Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, Delta Tango Mike. Reach out to us. Tom, he is on Twitter, The Nice Filter. And Tom Laroc is his name. The music that you heard in the beginning of today's live stream was by Tom Laroc, big ups. And the video you saw at the beginning of this live stream was by D. Flynn. So stay tuned for more. We'll see you tomorrow. I got a lot of stuff to share when it comes to art and drawing. What's crazy is that I also received my little Apple pencil tips, and I didn't talk about them yesterday. I forgot. In any case, see you soon. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you next time. Yeah.
Wow, we left 100 people flat. 100 people are like, what are we going to do now? Yeah, that's the most amount of people I've seen live at one time. We've had 60, 40, 65, maybe even 83, but 97, that's good. Good job, bud.